So you want to be a PNG tuber, but you don't necessarily have the art skills to make one, and you don't want to pay a small mortgage payment just to get a model. Well, that's where I come in. I have spent the last few days making 9 unique models, very simple ones mind you, so that way if you want to get into VTubing and want to see how it's like, you don't have to drop a huge payment or learn how to rig a model. I've also coded a website that will allow you to go and download the models if you want to. So in this video, I will show you the 9 different models I've made and the website. So consider this a little website tour. First things first, I wanted to show you the models I made. While they are very simple, I wanted something that could represent a large amount of people, no matter any type of differing factors. And most people like animals, so I went with those. This was the model that started it all. I wanted something simple enough so it wouldn't be too difficult to replicate it multiple times, but I also wanted something that a lot of people would like. And it is infamously hard to please everyone. I realized too late that putting my background on transparent while drawing is not a good idea for recording, so some of the future models might be a little difficult to see, so I'm sorry about that. I also end up having to cut a lot of the model recording. Because the gray cat was the first model I drew, I ended up duplicating it a lot so that way I could use it as a base. So all of my model recordings will have the drawing of the gray cat in the beginning of it, so I have to cut it out. Yes, I did just cover the gray with the orange for the tabby cat, but what else am I supposed to do? Come on. I'm trying to make my job easier for me. Despite being very similar, I think both the tabby cats came out very cute. The one that took the longest was the calico cat. Because I was still trying to get the hang of what I was doing, it ended up with me making some mistakes that made it a bit harder and it took longer to make the model. And trying to move unique patterns around can be quite difficult. And I think the calico was a nice addition to the 2 tabby cats. Wow, look at how wonderfully I edited that cat model to look like a bunny. Look at how amazing that recording looked. I know better than to draw most of my art on a transparent background now. It's still really unfortunate that some of the art is unable to be seen like that. The bunnies was where I started getting the hang of what I was doing, and they didn't take me nearly as long as the cats did. When I started coloring the bunnies, I felt like their coats looked a little plain, and so each bunny has their own unique symbol on their chest. The white one has a heart, the brown one has a star, and the spotted one has a diamond. For the last bunny, I didn't know what to do, so I searched up a reference of a bunny on Pinterest, and one of the results had a floppy-eared bunny, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do that now. I think floppy-eared bunnies are really cute, even though when I do draw a bunny, I don't draw them with floppy ears. So a little fun fact, my older brother is scared of bunnies. And when I showed him a reference of the bunny picture, he told me to send it to him because that one wasn't so bad. Another drawing unfortunately sucked into the void. When I started doing the different dog breeds, I was worried they were going to take me the longest because of the unique coat patterns. But surprisingly, the dogs were the fastest ones for me to get done. And it's probably because I started getting the hang of it and knew certain shortcuts that I could do to make my work easier for me. When I was asking my family what dog breeds they thought I was drawing, they were responding with our dogs. So we had an Australian Shepherd mix named Jacques, and we have a German Shepherd named Dozer. So everyone was like, is that Jacques and Dozer? And I'm like, no, I asked what breed they were, not what dog they were. But apparently my younger siblings are not well versed on dog breeds. They both get the German Shepherd right, though. I think the German Shepherd is my favorite out of all the dogs because it really looks like one. I feel like I got the coat pattern just right, and I feel like it's very recognizable on what dog breed it is. The 3 dog breeds I did for this video was the St. Bernard, German Shepherd, and Golden Retriever. Obviously, the Golden Retriever took the least amount of time out of all the models. When I was making it, I was like, I can't just make it all one color. That'd be kind of like a cop-out. So I added the second lighter color. So now it's time to look at my website. I'm going to be recording my voice live as I'm going through the website because I feel like that will be easier than making a voiceover and trying to time everything up. So yeah, let's do it then. So here I'm just previewing the website. This is in desktop mode, so tablet mode and phone mode both look a little different, with having 3 bars here to have a look at all the different sections of the website there is, but I think desktop is the easiest to get around on, so I'm going to use that. This is the home screen, and it just has a bit of information. We have my free PNGTuber models, and all the models have transparent backgrounds and should be ready to be put into their desired program. Models were designed to use in the app Prism Live, but can most likely be used in other programs such as VideoTube. And the site will probably be updated every so often, so you might find something for you if the current models just aren't your cup of tea. And then we have my little gif of my jester just kicking her legs. Oh. So, as you can tell, there are model terms, so I will go over those with you because I feel like if you don't want to read them, it's easier to go with other people to read it. I didn't want to make them too long, and I didn't want to use confusing language because too many people do that, and I didn't want to do that. So, the terms are, any user who is not the original artist, aka me, may not remove the watermark from the model. The models may be used for monetary gain, such as representing a YouTube channel or representing a streamer of any kind. Models may be edited if the user so desires, but again, the watermark may not be removed or covered. If a user has edited a model, they may not sell the edited model. However, accepting a commission to edit a model is okay. Users may download multiple model sets if they so please. Models are not limited to one person, so note that there may be people with the same model as you. And these rules are always subject to change. If you believe a rule is unfair or needs to be changed, or you think a rule should be added, please use the form. And this, I actually have it. If you click on it, it will take you to a new form, which has my terms of use. And you can just go through it, but there's that. I feel like my terms of use are very fair, but if anyone else feels otherwise, they have that form. Then we have the different models. I've made it so they're a little drop down, but I've also made it so if you accidentally click on the page, it will take you to buttons where you can get to each one because of how I coded the website. But we have all my models, and they're all listed there. I will take you actually to see one of the models though, because I feel like the site looks really cute. I made little doodles. I forgot about that. I made little doodles for each background, so each one has their own doodle. I think the orange cat one is really funny. There he is. And we'll look at the calico cat one too. Why doesn't that one look fogged out like the rest of them? That's weird. It's okay. And now I have to go to the bunny models because they've shown you the other ones. So there's the white bunny. I like the brown bunny a lot. It's really cute. And we have the spotted one. I like that drawing a lot too. Look at him. He's so cute. Little cute Saint Bernard. Then we have a German Shepherd. I feel like every German Shepherd looks like that. They have the biggest puppy eyes, but they're also really scary sometimes. And we have the Golden Retriever. I feel like they're all really cute. And the last thing on this website so far is the model commissions. So if you want something in particular that I don't have on my website, you can look at a model commission form. And I have little rules here which can be changed, just like my terms of service if something changes. If you like my models, or you want something in particular, or you want something more detailed, I have commissions open for models, and below is the information on my commissions, and there's a form above that you can fill out for a model commission. But right now my commissions are open, and I'm currently only accepting payments from Cash App. So that's my website. And the cool thing is that you can search the website, but it's not allowed in preview mode, which I think is really weird. Something I want to do is I want to add more doodles on the website because I felt like on the home page, the doodle of that was really cute. I'm good to publish the website, so this website will actually be in the description of this video if you want to check it out.
So I wanted to put the model into Prism Live so you could see what it looks like. This is the happy. It looks really cute, I think. If you want to go in and add movement, that's completely okay. You're not limited to having a static PNG. We also have this little sad face. We have it's angry, which it swings its arm when it's angry, and I think that's really cute. And then we have this questioning one, which obviously it looks like he's asking a question, and I think it's really cute. Now, some veteran commissioners might be saying, well, if you offer these for free, what's going to encourage them to actually get a better model if they can just get it all for free? And to me, I actually think it would encourage people to buy new models if they're really into it. Like, I don't think anyone wants to drop a mortgage payment on a model just to see if they're into it and then absolutely hate it. Like, that would be really unfortunate. I'd feel really bad for them. So by doing this, I am inherently allowing people to learn if they like doing this or not, and in the process, because I am allowing people to use them for monetary gain, they will be able to afford a model if that's the path they want to go down. Now, some people will never update their model, and that's completely okay. It was given to them for free anyway. However, I think eventually people are going to want to update the model because they want something that's more unique to them. Because let's be honest, how many VTubers do you know that hasn't updated their model every so often? A significant amount of VTubers end up updating their model, and so if they so enjoy PNGTubing with a free model, they will eventually go and update it. In the end, if this gets more people into art, PNGTubing, VTubing, or any sort of creative medium, that makes me really happy. I love it when I see people who typically wouldn't do this sort of thing all of a sudden become interested in it because it's now available to them. Thank you all so much for watching. I know I'm a small creator, but I was genuinely shocked to see all the supportive comments and everything on the last video, and it made me really happy. So thank you all, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.